Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I am Ray Hymel. I represent that's okay. It's a Louisiana name. I represent the Texas Public Employees Association. That's the oldest of the state employee groups. We represent retirees and employees alike. And I'm here today to strongly endorse the pay raise request by the Attorney General's office. Clearly, they have several areas of very specialized work that they do. Clearly, they have some huge legal cases they're involved in. And to lose the legal talent that they've attracted and the legal expertise they have on board due to pay raise concerns is very concerning. So I urge you to look at that with special attention. And there's a figure that I've discussed this with some of you that we use, and that's very much resonates, and that is that there's been a 27% increase since the last state employee across the board pay raise, which was September of 2014. There's been a 27% increase in inflation. That is going through this year, forecasted through into next year, but it is probably on the conservative side. I think you'd have to admit, looking at your gas and grocery bills. So the effect, predictably, especially in the major urban areas on state employees, is quite, and that's the Attorney General's office for you, is quite considerable. They have made a good case, I think, for their needs. And you may say, well, you look at their overall turnover, it's around 10%. That's significant. It is lower than some other agencies. But again, please recognize the special situations they're involved in, the special complex cases they're involved in, and all across the board, whether it's their attorneys, their paralegals, their IT people, all of them have to work together to address these cases. And finally, there's something that you might not think about too often, but some attorneys have dedicated and paralegals have dedicated their careers to the state, but they have opportunities to move on, but they've stayed with the state because they know that they're vested and they can retire at some point. If they knew that there was a pay raise coming down the pike, that would figure into the formula they use for calculating what their retirement benefit's going to be. And that's a key point to remember. And, people you hopefully will be looking at that yourselves at some point, that when you're vested and when you approach retirement eligibility, that the highest 3 years can really up the lifetime annuity you're then going to receive. So please keep that in mind as a factor too. So finally, thank you for having me, and we urge you strongly to consider the double-digit percentage increase in pay for all the employees of the Attorney General's office. Thank you very much. Any questions?